Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Dawn Williams Tarot. Today is March the 15th. I am doing this reading for anyone with placements of Sun, Moon, or Rising in the sign of Virgo. You have to excuse my voice. It's a little scratchy for some reason. It's very cold here today, so that might be part of it. We had a lot of rain, so. So if you have those placements, this message may be for you. However, also keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not all messages may resonate with you. So take what does and release what doesn't, and don't try to make it fit because I don't want any misunderstandings. And then the second thing is, if you are interested in doing a deeper dive as to what is going on with you and your life, I do personal readings. My details are below in the description box. Or you can go to my website, dawnwilliamstarot.com, to find out my pricing and availability. And we could do a deep dive for you. If you're new to my channel, I'd absolutely love it if you would join our spiritual family. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. All it is a click of a button. This lets you know when I have dropped new content, which I do pretty much every week. And then the other things that helps my channel grow. YouTube doesn't really help you until you've had, a gazillion subscribers. So this is very organic growth, and it's been very slow moving. So hopefully you will be so kind as to help me out and give me a subscription. And for those of you who are returning, I love you all so very much. Thank you so much for all of your comments. Thank you for all of your positive information, all your likes, and thank you for your donations. I've had a few people send me money through my PayPal account, and I have had a couple of people say they don't like to use PayPal, so I am looking for another avenue to be able to, donate, maybe buy me a coffee or one of those things. I just haven't looked into it yet. Okay, so what I plan to do is, this reading is for mid-March to April. I will share with you that on April 1st, Mercury is going retrograde. Now, a lot of times when Mercury goes retrograde, I start feeling those symptoms about a week prior. And so what that entails is that Mercury is the planet of communication. And when it goes backwards, communication breaks down. So that can affect a bunch of different areas of your life. I mean, it can break down communication between people. So if you're really trying to give someone a really strong message or an important message, you may want to sit them down and make sure you have good eye contact and then deliver that message so there's no misunderstandings. If you're doing any travel, I would double check all of your travel, prior to leaving your destination to wherever you're going, if you're leaving from home, obviously. And I would make sure that all of your travel arrangements look pretty secure. Double check all the flights, all of that type of stuff. And then the other thing too is it does affect our technology. So you might have glitches with phones, you might have glitches with your cell phones, with your laptops, your desktops, your electronic devices of all kinds. Those types of things can happen during that time. So just letting you be aware. Okay, so what I plan to do is I'm going to do a Celtic cross for you. And as I do the Celtic cross, taking myself off camera so we can concentrate on the cards. When I finish that portion of your reading, I will be putting myself back on camera and I will give you your last three main messages. Now this first deck over here, these three decks are all brand new. This is on money and finances, career. This is messages from the universe. And then this is clarifying love situations. So we're going to hit a little bit of money, finances, we're going to hit a little bit of love, and then whatever else your reading has in store for you. So without further ado, I'm going to take myself off camera. I've already shuffled all your cards. got everything ready to go. So here we go. I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can see. That might help. Okay. Okay, your first card is 5 of Wands, 8 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. She represents you, Virgo. 10 of Wands, 4 of Swords, 4 of Cups. Ooh, 3 of Swords. I think every single reading so far has had this 3 of Swords. Strength card, love the Strength card. This is your first major arcana. Put this like this so I have enough room to get everybody on here. I love this deck, but it's a little big. Oh, and the Hierophant. Okay, so let's take a look. So these are your only 2 majors, and it's at the end of your reading. So what does that say? It says mostly all the stuff that's going on in here are kind of just minor things. It's not really anything really big, because these are all minor arcanas, and that's pretty fast moving energy. However, your Strength card and your Hierophant card are major, so that may mean that this may carry over into, some of this energy may carry over into the beginning of April. Okay, so let's get started. Your first card is the 5 of Wands. I want to make sure that you can see this really well. I see that I have a glare there with that light, that lamp. Okay, 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands is a card of competition, conflict, challenge, and being pushed by others. 5s are typically about changes coming in. These are minor changes, nothing really big, just changes that are happening in your life. Wands are representative of inspiration, creativity, passion, motivation, and your intuition. So this is saying that there's been some mental jostling going on, or some brainstorming that you maybe have been doing with other people. The other thing about this card is that all 5 of these guys here they have wands, they don't have swords, and they are fighting one another. So basically, this is also a card of training. So some of you may be training in terms of taking education, going back to school, taking some classes, taking some certifications of some kind. And this could help you in your job space, or this could help you in your personal space. It's all going to be different for each of you because you all have different things going on in your lives. This is, again, this 5 of Wands is kind of what is setting the tone of the main focus of your reading. So there may be some conflicts going on within you that you're working on or working out, and competition, right? So that might be competition at work. That could be competition in any area of your life, really. But the next card, which is crossing over you, is the 8 of Cups. So this is either what's helping you or what's hindering you. So I'm going to get this up so you can actually see the guy. He's definitely, we've got a full moon here. And I want to mention that full moon because we have a full moon coming up on the 25th. It's going to be a pretty spectacular full moon, and we're moving into eclipse season as of the beginning of next month when we have that eclipse. I think it's on the 8th. So this is going to be important to you in some way, this full moon. So pay attention. That's on the 25th to see how that resonates with you. Now, 8s are all about advancement or needing to overcome obstacles of some kind. The cups represent our emotions. And this is a card of walking away from things that no longer serve you. So this is a card about letting go, releasing what no longer serves you. It's a time to move stuck energy. So anything that's holding you back, anything that is keeping you stuck, it's time to do something about that. So this is also about leaving your old reality to pursue a new one. And this is walking away from negativity. So you may be finding that whatever this conflict is, that instead of taking it head on, you just decide to walk away because it's in your highest and best interest to do that. And that can be in any area, right? That could be at home. This could be your home life. This could be relationships. This could be job. It could be anything. It could be siblings. It could be, conflict with your mom and dad, conflict with your kids, whatever it is. You're gonna walk away from it because you're finding that whatever this conversation is about is kind of negative, and you just don't want to participate in the conversation. Then, I think I have a sneeze coming on. Hang on. Excuse me. Good thing I had a tissue. Okay. Then we have, what are your thoughts? What are you thinking about? Where is your mind? And it's on this Six of Pentacles. Sixes are all about persevering, overcoming obstacles. This six has to do with two-way abundance. So as you can see, he's being very generous. He's giving to other people, but he's keeping his scales level, right? Now, the thing about the exchange of energy in anything that you do is that as you give out, it would be lovely if you would also be able to receive what it is that you give out. Now, the whole principle of giving really is that what you put out there returns back to you, and hopefully tenfold. This six is also about advancement. It's also about awakening to your financial, physical security, working towards that physical security. And this is also flow and helping others. So this is all about giving and taking. It's a very positive card. This does represent earth energy, so this does resonate with Virgo. Now, your foundation as to what is supporting you, she's one of my favorite cards. She's very close to, becoming that Queen of Pentacles, because she would be graduating once she got to that level, right? Being the queen. But the nines have to do with attainment and progression and advancement. It's also about, the pentacles have to do with our physical security, our wealth, our health, our career, possessions, and home life. She's also, this card is also about spiritual and material satisfaction. And that energy is balanced, right? And this is about personal achievement. It's also about your inner peace. It's about milestones being met. She is dressed very opulent. She is very generous. She does know how to create wealth for herself. She also knows how to grow these grapes. Does this one have grapes? Typically, the card has grapes on there, and grapes are supposed to represent something that's difficult to grow. So she is all about contentment, right? So this is your stability that's happening right here, or the way that is supporting you. Now, what is in your past is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is completion, but as you can see, he is carrying a very heavy burden. So that's what this card is. This card's about taking on too much, carrying a heavy burden, freeing yourselves from those heavy burdens. It's about obligations. It's about finding yourself very close to successful endings, right? Because the tens represent endings in tarot. This is also a card about needing to prioritize. It's telling you to keep going, And the thing about him, which this card looks very different than most of the other cards that I have of the different decks, but he has harvest these wands, and he is bringing in his harvest. He grew them, he did all the things, and now he's bringing home his harvest, and he's very close to his home, so he'll be able to put that heavy burden down. And this is in your past, so I feel like you're very close to this conclusion here. Now, what is in your very near future? So the next couple of days is this Four of Swords. And if you look at our knight here, he's prone because he's resting. What this is saying is that you definitely need a time of deep rest. Now, you're not the only sign that has received this card. This is a card about healing from burnout, right? It's about healing from burnout. It's about you needing renewal. You need regeneration. You need some self-love, and you need some self-care. So what this card is saying is that you need to take care of yourself. So either you need to figure out a way to have your own time, or take a hot bath, or do something that's going to lift up your spirits. Because this card is kind of one of those cards that is saying that, yeah, you're tired and you need to do something to really make a change in your life that allows you to bounce back, is the best way I can put it. This is saying you're just running a little bit of low energy and that you really need some rest. So pay attention to that card. And then as we go up the ladder here, this first card is about our long-term energy. And what this card is the Four of Cups. So this is your distant future or your long-term energy. And the Four of Cups is a cup of looking for emotional stability. Fours are about stability. They're about balance, balancing the things in your life. So balancing out your emotions, balancing out your emotional stability, right? This is also a card, as if you're going to, look at the negative side of this card, this would be a card of feeling stagnant or feeling depressed. And some of you may be feeling that right now. So it could go either way, right? Some of you are going to feel as though you're just looking for this emotional stability, and others of you are looking at this as, I'm in this depression and I don't know how to get out of this depression. The thing about this card is these three cups are empty, which represents that he's utilized all of those, which is what caused him to be depressed, is because he didn't have anything left. But then the hand of God came out and is giving him this Ace of Cups to make the four. This Ace of Cups is about a new emotional opportunity coming in to give you that emotional stability, right? This is a gift from God. Typically, he is not looking towards this most of the time on most of the decks. He's looking away and he's recognizing the opportunity, but he's seeing this opportunity in this deck. And so I believe you'll be seeing your opportunities as well. Now, this next card is a little concerning. However, I will say all the readings I've done so far had this card in it. And this is the Three of Swords. This is about your closest relationships. And this card is a card of painful separations. It's about loss. It's about heartbreak. So some of you may be going through or experiencing a loss of relationship or a loss of a loved one. But the other thing this is also talking about is, and I feel this is the message that I got the first time I got this card when I started these readings, because this came in, I think this has hit every single reading so far. And the message that dropped in from Spirit was that some of you may be feeling as though you have a loss of personal identity, or personal awareness, personal identity, or a disintegration of your belief systems, you know, a feeling of loss in regards to what your purpose is or what your goals may be. You're just feeling really stuck, feeling very lost, feeling very sad, right? This is a card of sadness. However, this is also a card of an opportunity to heal. And what I mean by that is if you look around the heart, there's all this bright golden energy, and all of that energy is representative of the sun coming in to help you heal. The 3 is a minor arcana. So that means that this energy here is going to transmute, and you will probably have already started feeling this healing process, if this is somebody that's been very close to you that you have lost. On the other hand, if some of you are looking at this as a loss of personal identity, I'm looking at that area of this card from a collective layer, because I've gotten this card in every reading so far. And what Spirit told me was that with all the things that are happening, with all the information that's coming out about our lives. Now, I live in the US, and I'm sure it's this way in many other countries, where you are discovering that your government has been lying to you, or your government has been hiding things from you, or you're finding out that the life that you thought was your reality and was your stability, your stable, your, you know, the American dream is now in question. And you're not the only one feeling these things. We're all feeling this together. So you're not the only one that is feeling this loss or this feeling of not knowing, like, where to go, what to think, how to think about it. What are my new feelings about this information that's coming out? So that's kind of what this energy is about. Now, the thing that I will say is that your very next card is telling me that this is going to require you to really step into your strength. Now, typically, this woman that is next to this lion, this is actually a Leo card, this woman that's stepping next to this, she usually has got her hands in this lion's mouth. And it's always been that question of who in their right mind would put their hands in a lion's mouth. But basically what the information about this card is that this is about courage, it's about calmness, it's about quiet strength, it's about graceful leadership, it's about purity of heart and purity of thought. Also, when I get this card, and especially because we have the Hierophant as your next card, this is a card of stepping into your own personal leadership. What does that mean to you? Now, when I tell people about leadership, I'm not thinking of like Trump or, you know, anybody that is supposed to be, you know, in the know. I'm talking more about leadership from life example. So leading by your life example, right? That's the best way to be the best leader, really, I feel. You may have different thoughts about it, but I just feel like a good leader leads by his example, leads with great example. So you may be feeling as though you're going to be called on either towards the end of the month or next month. People are going to be coming to you and asking for your insights and your thoughts about things. So be ready for that. And then this last card is the Hierophant. Now, these two are major arcanas, which is why I said I felt that these two cards, this energy here, may be carried over with you into April. Now, the Hierophant is about spiritual leadership. This one is about inner strength and leading by example. This one is about spiritual leadership. This is about enlightenment. This is a card about being service to spirit. It's a card about being in service to others, putting others before yourself. And then the other thing about this card is about your own inner wisdom, tapping into your own knowledge. Now, this guy has 1 foot in the spiritual realm and 1 foot here on the physical realm. And what he does is he brings in the energy to help him stay as balanced as possible. The other thing about this card is that this guy is also able to bless other people with just his presence, with just who he is. So I feel that this represents you as well, Virgo. You might not feel that way, but others do. So even though you might not feel that way, others feel that way towards you, right? So that is your reading so far. It wasn't really necessarily about, work or some of it is about work, making more money, bringing in more prosperity, that kind of a thing. But what I really pick out from this whole reading is that there's been some conflicts going on that are in the center of your reading here. There's going to be something that you're walking away from. You really do need to rest and recuperate. You do have a generous spirit. You do know how to make your wealth, which is this card right here, represents Virgo, this 9 of Pentacles. And then you got the 4 of Cups, looking for emotional stability, your strength, your Hierophant, and then this 3 of Swords, which actually represents the collective energy. Okay, so I'm going to bring myself off camera. Put myself on camera. What am I talking about? Okay, and then your last 3 cards, this deck is from, this is about career and money. And it says, on the table, time to put your demands on the table and get serious about what you want. Ask for a raise, a promotion, or a step up. Okay, I'll put that up there so you can read it. That's a great card. Basically telling you to be like the 7, do we have the 7 here? No, the 7 of Wands, which is stepping up and speaking up for yourself. Okay, let's move you over. And then we're going to give you a message from the universe. And it says, I know you have been questioning yourself lately and wondering if you are good enough or strong enough to do that which your heart desires to do. This message is here to remind you that you really are more than capable of doing it. Rise up and take that leap of faith. So this right here is giving you that boost of courage, which is in this card, right? This courage card of the strength card. And like I said, and I was saying, maybe you don't feel like you're ready, right? You're not ready to take on this responsibility. You're not ready to step out there and, be a champion for others. But Spirit is telling you that you really are ready. And they're asking you to rise up and take that leap of faith, because they will always have your back. Spirit will always have your back. That was a great message. Okay, the last message has to do with love. What do our Virgos need to know about love? This is a mosaic of love. So allow love to mend your heart, to let you trust again. Ooh, that's deep. Some of you may be feeling as though you've had a broken heart, need to mend your heart. And then the other energies associated are feeling whole, right? Healing yourself, healing your inner self, healing your heart, healing your inner child, healing any trauma, right? And then you are lovable, right? You are lovable. This is a great card. Yeah, isn't it pretty? Okay, Virgo, if you made it this far and you have not subscribed, I hope you will click that subscribe button. I would hope also that you will click the like button for anybody else that is here. And that is all the messages I have for you today. I hope you have a great rest of your month, and I'll be back with you again soon. So take care of you. Make sure you do your self-care and take care of yourself. And stand up. Stand up and ask for what you want. Ask for a raise, ask for a promotion, or ask for a step up. Awesome. Cheers.